Let's make some sourdough bread for the first time ever. I literally have like none of the correct products, but we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna wing it. We're gonna hope everything comes out okay. I already have my starter ready. Let me know if you want to see a separate video on how to do that. I literally winged it again, didn't use all the correct steps and ingredients, but I was like, you know what, you gotta start and get it wrong and try again, then like wait to have everything perfect and then never start, you know what I mean? My second starter, the first one I ruined because my camera's about to die. Great start. This camera battery swapped out the camera battery. We're back in business, baby. All right, what was the next step? Oh yeah, I was looking up. Why am I out of breath? All right, let's try this out. We do have a scale. I'm gonna put the bowl on to zero it out, and then I guess that's how we'll weigh. So how much sourdough starter did it say? 5.35 ounces. This looks way too wet. I don't think this is right. Oh, we're going for it, whatever. If it messes up, this is trial and error. Also, where did they come up with exactly 5.35? I don't even have it by 0.35. I guess we'll go over. Flour. All right, so we have our milk. That's sugar. That is absolutely sugar and not flour. 8.8 ounces of warm water. All right, so we got to zero this out again, and then we got to add warm water. Oh my gosh! Did you guys just see that? That was by chance. Okay, we got 8.8 ounces. We're adding that to the starter. Then it says to add, oh my gosh, back with the freaking scale. We need 0.9 ounces of olive oil. Perfect. All right. Why is it so liquidy? And it says to add flour. 17.5 ounces of bread flour, which I only have regular flour, so I don't know if this will work, but we're gonna go for it anyway. Dang, yeah, this might be the rest of my flour. Right, so I'm gonna stop there. The thing is, I know if things have to be too rigid, I won't keep up with them because it'll just seem like annoying and too tedious. But if I can make this work with generic measurements and just do trial and error, I will much more likely stick to it. Okay, I think that should be perfect. It says to do what? I'm actually really excited that I'm actually starting this. This seems so intimidating. Okay, let me get this out the way so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Ooh, I need to remember to feed my starter, so I'm gonna leave that out with that. Oh, I forgot to add the salt. Dang it. How much salt? Zero this out. On. It's calibrating. And then we get 0.4 ounces. We're not even at 1 ounce yet. And it's getting everywhere. That seems like a lot of salt. Okay, I don't know. That should be good. I can't. I'll add more in here. Now it says to use your hands to squish the mixture together. It says to cover the bowl with plastic wrap or a kitchen towel. I'm using the same towel I used for my starter. And we'll revisit it in 30 minutes to shape it into a ball. All right, so I checked on my sourdough. And apparently now I'm supposed to put it in like a little ball and then put it in a dough tub. I looked up what a dough tub was and it literally is just like a plastic thing with a lid. So I'm just gonna put it in a clean glass bowl and put like a plate on top of it. I'm telling you, this is the most unconventional sourdough thing. If you're trying to learn from a professional, you clicked on the wrong video. And it says to lightly handle it. Just to let, ooh, is that too much? I think that's too much. It also said at this point you could add olives or cheese, but I'm just gonna put that there and this will sit for 3 to 12 hours. It should be left in a room with a temperature between 68 to 75. All right, I'll be back in 12 hours. Okay, so at this point it was like 5 in the morning. I didn't feel like talking, so we're doing a voiceover. I went ahead and floured my surface and got the dough out. It rose a little overnight. That was so satisfying to see. And then for this portion, you're supposed to like make it into a circle. So to do that, you fold the sides into the center and then you rotate it, fold that little part, rotate it, fold it again. And you can kind of get the idea as I'm doing this, and that creates like the perfect little circle for the dough. I was so proud of myself. And then you take your Dutch oven and you line the bottom of it with cornmeal. Now, you'll see at the end of this video, I should have put more cornmeal. That's what's gonna prevent the dough from sticking to the Dutch oven as it's cooking in high heat. Close the lid on that and let it rise for another hour to an hour, 30 minutes. Now, I checked on it in an hour and future Janelle here filling in some blanks. So I had checked on it in an hour and it really had not rose at all. And I think the reason behind it was because it has been so cold here in Connecticut lately. So my house was not warm enough for it to like be in perfect temperature for it to rise. So I ended up leaving to my hair appointment, coming back like 3 hours later, and then I felt like it was ready to bake. You want the dough to have at least doubled in size before baking it. This isn't looking right, but we're gonna bake it anyway and hope for the best. So I preheated my oven to 400 and we're gonna stick her in. And that'll go in for 20 minutes. One more thing I forgot to mention, before putting it in the oven, you wanna create 2 or 3 2 to 3 inch slits in the dough. This allows moisture to get in the dough as it bakes. You can use a serrated knife. That's what I did. I honestly forgot to do it when I put it in, and then 20 minutes later remembered, and I took it out and then did the slits, and it worked out fine. Timer went off. So it says after 20 minutes to remove the lid and then bake it for another 40 minutes. Did I do those slices right? I mean, that looks pretty legit so far. Okay, Google, start a 40-minute timer. Okay, continue to bake uncovered. Cool. Ooh, this is the final stretch. Wow, that's actually crazy. In 40 minutes, we should have something that resembles sourdough bread. Also, I cut my hair since the beginning of this video. What do we think? All right, this is a sourdough. We created something. I'm gonna taste it and see. It tastes pretty good. Right, this is my slice with some butter. I mean, it looks pretty legit. I already took a bite. I definitely feel like for having no idea what I was doing and just starting, like it came out like bread. Shape is a little off. I think it has to do with my starter. So this is your time. You don't need to have all the right things in place. Try it, and then from there it'll be trial and error. You can see what you need to tweak and stuff from there, but don't be intimidated, just start it. All right, before we end this video, I wanted to give another update on the bread because I feel like yesterday I was so quickly filming, I didn't give the hype that this bread deserved. Half of the loaf is already almost gone. So some things I would do differently so the loaf doesn't come out like this is I would have lined the bottom of my Dutch oven with more cornmeal, because what happened is this side was lined, that's why you can see it's like perfectly intact. This side wasn't lined enough, so the bread was stuck and I like could not get it out. The outside, like the crust, the top part of it was hard, but the inside was so soft and it tastes perfect. I feel like the texture is really good, and especially for not having all of the right tools and things to make it perfectly and not perfectly measuring and weighing everything, like this came out really good. So I hope this encourages you to make your first loaf of sourdough bread. Don't overthink it, just do it.